ecosystems consist of a community and all the physical aspects of the habitat. So now for application, think about Lion King. So if I'm thinking about the Lion King, and I talk about the habitat, what type of habitat is in that safari? Grassland. Grassland, they also call it a savanna, right? So that would be the habitat in which these
Hi, I'm Julie Bassine. I teach at Millennium High School and I've been here for 16 years. I teach biology and environmental science. Okay, in addition to my teaching responsibilities, I am the department chair. I also am the career ladder co-facilitator and manage the budget for our district. For my classes, my average is probably about, my class average is about 36 to 37 students. I have one currently sitting at 40. In a lab science and a science class is very difficult because we don't have funding as well to buy lab items for all the students, and just the sitting space and being able to move around the classroom with 40 kids makes it very difficult. What I'm most proud of at my school and my work is my colleagues. I'm very proud that I can come in and I can rely on them if I need help with a lesson I'm behind, that we share our materials with each other. We also, if we're having issues or whatever with family, we can go and cover for each other, and it's a non-issue, that we're here to help each other out and move forward versus work against each other. Some of the biggest challenges, especially with new legislation, is having time to do all the new state mandated and district mandated tasks. Oftentimes we're asked to do new curriculum maps, new crosswalk the Common Core, but we have no time to do it. Working on the extra duties that were assigned for just the Common Core with the increased class sizes makes it more difficult, because now you have more papers to grade, more students for tutoring, and you don't have time to get things done. That's my biggest frustration with school, is that they want, and we start 50 different projects. Instead of doing one or two things well, we do mediocrity with 50 different things, trying to make the state happy and make the district happy. My expectations for my students is to come in with an open mind, willing to learn. I expect them to come prepared and not closed-minded, because oftentimes they come in and want to just sit there and be able, for me somehow, to magically give them information. They're not willing to work for it. So I expect them to work and to work hard. They don't have extra credit opportunities, so they have to come in and just ask questions when they need to, not get behind. I expect them to turn in their work in on time, to study. They may have to put time outside of class, and I think that's the major paradigm shift, that kids think that they only learn in the 90 minutes they're in my seat, in my classroom, and then once they leave, they feel that they can just shut it off and it's just magically going to happen. And that clearly is not the case. My expectation is they need to go home and do work as well. Okay, as far as preparation, we are on a block schedule, so I have 4 blocks, and all teachers have 1 block off for preparation. Generally, 90 minutes is a good chunk of time, but a lot of times we are asked to cover other people's classes, so the prep time that we get is probably reduced. We also have to do lunch duty once a quarter, so that is reduced as well, on top of the other expectations that they have for us. So planning is not really, I don't think is adequate, in my opinion, because we also have to make sure we have our own copies are made, and we have to do the errands that we need to get done for school, whether it's seeing the principal for something, the bookstore, or whatever. 90 minutes is a lot, and I guess I shouldn't complain about that, but there's still times that our planning periods are taken away for administrative stuff. An ideal partnership between teacher and administrator, I think, would be somebody who is probably empathetic, they're fair, understanding. I think that administrators should have high expectations. I also think they need to keep teachers accountable, but I also think they need to be fair in certain circumstances, understanding the teacher's workload, if they have multiple preps, the audience or the clientele that they're servicing, whether it's special needs or ELL, that there's some a varying degree of how you can evaluate a teacher's class. As far as the science budget, we've had budgets in the past when money was a little better throughout the state. Now we don't have a budget. We're just asked, the principal will ask us what are our needs, and we provide a list of needs, and if they have the funding, they may or may not purchase our needs. As far as classroom supplies, most of it I know for myself, I spend probably close to $500 or $600 a year on purchasing things myself to make sure that the students can do it. With the class sizes being so large, it's very expensive, so I've found better, or not necessarily better, but cheaper ways to demonstrate or simulate some of the labs that the kids need to do, and I would say that that's probably across the board. Most of the teachers have had to dip into their own pockets to be able to do labs in their classrooms. So money could be much better, and as with this last bond not passing and the 1 cent sales tax not being renewed, it's probably going to be worse, and we're told that our class sizes will be even larger. I chose teaching as my career and probably would choose it again despite all the negative talk around teaching. Initially I knew from high school that I wanted to teach because I wanted to be able to interact with the students as well as coach. That was my biggest drive, and as I got older, I thought that would be an ideal job as a mother, that to be home with my kids when they're home, while I'm at school, they would be at school. And I still enjoy it. I would probably continue teaching even beyond when I need to retire, and I would probably choose this profession again.
And what do you think about the pay-wise?
Teacher pay, I think we're severely underpaid. When you think about, we are the people who are the first contact to inspire kids to want to start a career, and this is a giant cycle that we need these kids out doing a career to keep the nation going. We have to be able to tax somebody, someone's got to work, and we are probably the first contact for those kids to inspire them into a field or an interest or whatever that may be. And we realize how important that is, but we don't show it there's no evidence of that with a dollar. They want to pay us nothing, but we expect great things out of teachers. So I think we are grossly underpaid for what we have to do. Most teachers spend probably 10 to 20 hours, probably 10 to 15 hours beyond their 40-hour work week just to stay on top of their game, and not even to get ahead, just to stay caught up.